Hello and welcome back to my channel. Before we get into it, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Today we're doing something a little bit different. We're going to be in my kitchen today. I'm going to show you how to make cream puffs from scratch, also without an electric mixer because I don't own one right now. Well, I do, but I don't have either of the attachments to it, so it's like I don't have one. It's going to be voiceover today also, which is different, so if that doesn't come out great, it's because I've never done that before. I wonder if I'll keep that in. What's going on? Life updates. Nothing. Nothing's going on. Am I gonna start doing that in these videos? Am I gonna start doing life updates and stuff? Maybe. Potentially. It's a possibility. Also, sorry this video is coming on Saturday, not Friday. Editing this has taken longer than I thought it would. So next time I do something like this, I'll be a little bit more prepared. Maybe I won't do a voiceover. Maybe I'll do it like cooking show style, but maybe not. It's kind of hard. I have a roommate. Hi guys, so in this part I'm going to show you all of the ingredients that you need and everything that you'll need to do to make the actual cream puff pastry. You'll need half a cup of water, a teaspoon of sugar, 1/2 cup of milk, 8 tablespoons of butter, unsalted is preferred, but salted will work, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, half a cup of all-purpose flour, 4 room temperature eggs, any oil, a coffee filter, and you will need to set your oven to 425 degrees. Allow it to preheat completely. You will also need 2 metal baking sheets, a medium-sized saucepan, a medium to large mixing bowl, and a wooden spoon. Grease the 2 baking sheets with the oil and the coffee filter. Make sure you cover the pans completely. Stop to pull back your wig. Set the stove to medium heat, and in the saucepan combine your water, milk, butter, sugar, and salt. You can stir these ingredients as needed with the wooden spoon until they are combined. Allow the pot to come to a rolling boil. Remove it from the heat and stir in the flour all at once using the wooden spoon. Once the flour is mostly combined, move it back onto the heat and continue stirring it, allowing the flour to cook a little bit but make sure it doesn't burn. You should notice a thin layer separating out on the bottom as the dough becomes smooth. Once you have the dough completely mixed, transfer it to the mixing bowl and mix it for 1 minute to release the heat. For this entire next part, you can use an electric mixer if you have one, but I don't, so I'll be using a whisk today. Once the mixture is cooled down, you can start cracking in your room temperature eggs. Crack in each egg one at a time, and make sure to combine them fully with the dough. My whisk wasn't working as well as I wanted it to, so I switched over to a fork, which ended up being a lot more efficient. I also took to kneading the dough with my hands a little bit. This can be effective if you don't have a hand mixer, but this particular type of dough is very sticky and I recommend coating your hands with flour beforehand. This is what the dough should look like when you're done. When you mix it, you should see it separating in strips. The best way to get this dough portioned out and onto the pan is with a piping bag. I don't have any piping bags right now, so in this section, I was going to show you how I made a piping bag out of 2 plastic bags from the grocery store and a plastic pastry tip, a reusable pastry tip, and it didn't work out. I forgot to hit record for the first part of the process, and then it ended up breaking anyway. I've had this method work in the past, but these bags were just too weak and they broke, so I'm going to put in here for you the second half of the process, which I did record, and then the solution I came to after it broke. If you are working with a piping bag, I recommend rolling it up before you put the dough in so that it's a cleaner transfer and it's easier to use. Pipe the pastry onto the prepared baking sheets. Try to make them even sizes and keep them about an inch apart. You can usually get about 9 pastries to a sheet. At this point, I could see that this piping bag I made really wasn't working out, but I wanted to see if I could get it to come through. Unfortunately, it did break, but that's okay. I just ended up pulling all of the dough out of the pastry bag and putting it on the pan by hand. Put your cream puffs in the oven for 10 minutes and then reduce the heat to 325 degrees and bake for 20 to 22 more minutes. It's also really important that you don't open the oven at all during the baking process. They should come out looking something similar to this. You're going to want to gently transfer them off the pan and onto something to cool. Once they cool down, take each cream puff and carefully poke a hole in the bottom. In this section, I'm going to tell you all of the ingredients and steps you need to follow to make the cream puff filling. The cream puff filling is really simple. You need 2 cups of heavy whipping cream, 4 tablespoons of sugar, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, a large to medium bowl, and a whisk or a hand mixer if you're blessed enough to have one. Combine the whipping cream with the sugar and the vanilla. And with your whisk or your hand mixer, beat it until it forms stiff peaks. Also, I do recommend an apron for this because it's pretty messy whether you use the hand mixer or the whisk. Once you're satisfied with the texture of your whipped cream filling, you put it in the freezer until you're ready to fill your cooled cream puff shells. Similar to, but less disastrous than with the cream puff batter, I'm taking a sandwich bag and a pastry tip and simply pushing the tip up into the corner and cutting a small hole so that the edge of it can come out. You're going to want the bag to be pretty tight on the tip so that it stays in there. Once my pastry shells have cooled, I'm going to take a rubber spatula and use it to transfer my whipped cream filling to the piping bag. To fill the cream puff, insert the tip into the pastry and slowly fill it with the whipped cream filling. Do you feel that? You don't. Well, and there you go. Welcome back to my bedroom. I hope you enjoyed the recipe. I hope the instructions were clear and easy to follow. And I hope you replicate it. And if you do, you should tag me in a picture. Thank you for watching. And good night.